Nestle with CTV News. Your Heritage Minister says he believes there is a way forward with Google, but with Meta, as you've said, your government has now suspended all advertising. How far will your government go in taking on a company like Meta? What could be next?
This is not just a dispute over advertising, it's also a dispute over democracy. It's a question of recognizing the role that internet giants like Facebook, Meta, Google, and others have in our lives, and therefore a responsibility that they also wield. As we've said, we're continuing constructive conversations with Google. Unfortunately, Facebook has just refused to recognize any sort of responsibility it might have in contributing to a democracy that has, democracies in general, that have contributed to its success as a company, as a corporation. So we're not backing down on this. This goes to the core of a free and informed society that is able to take responsible decisions in a democracy. Citizens need to have access to quality local news, to quality content, to quality journalism that is properly paid. And the fact that the media, that Facebook doesn't want to recognize the hard work of professional journalists across the country is something that undermines the very fabric of our democracy at a time where we're seeing democracy backslide around the world. So Canada and allies around the world are going to stand strong and demonstrate that we will not flinch in our defense of fundamental, foundational principles to democracy, like a free, quality, informed press.
My follow-up is, your government is pulling advertising from Meta platforms, but the Liberal Party, sorry, I'll just repeat it here. The government is pulling advertising from Meta platforms, but the Liberal Party is not. Why is that?
Listen, we've just seen over the past 24 hours, many different organizations and companies take the decision to suspend buying paid advertising on Facebook and Meta, and I think that's an important step. Quite frankly, the federal government could not, in good conscience, continue to spend taxpayer dollars buying services from a company that has demonstrated that it doesn't respect Canadian democracy and the pillars of democracy. As for other organizations like political parties and others, I'm sure there will be more decisions taken in the coming days.
We'll take two last questions.
Bonjour, Monsieur Trudeau, Pierre Saint-Arnaud de la presse canadienne. Ma première question,
First question,
au dossier de Meta.
About the Meta file. There are many other places that are looking to follow what Canada does with this case. But is Canada becoming a test case? What will you do to ensure that Canada won't pay the price simply because the web giants want to make an example of Canada? The giants would like to make an example of Canada, in fact. They are concerned about the example that Canada is setting in saying no. We believe that people need to have access to quality journalism and that journalists should be paid for the work that they do serving our democracy. Facebook has decided that Canada is small enough so for them to push back against us. But I would say that Canada and Canadians have a long history of standing up to bullies. They made the wrong choice in attacking Canada. In defending democracy, this is what we're doing across the world. It's what we're doing in defending Ukraine. It's what we did in the Second World War. We are there every day defending the principles and values of democracy. I know that Canadians will not let themselves be intimidated by American billionaires who are trying to negatively impact our democracy. We are extremely firm on that. I know that Canada will not be alone. I know that other countries across the world are looking at what we're doing over here, and that we will refuse to accept this blackmailing and threats that Meta is trying to do, because we are seeing that democracy is threatened across the world. If we continue to weaken our democratic principles, then we are lost. There is much consensus in Parliament between the Bloc, the Liberal Party, and the NDP, who have all said that we will stand strong against these web giants. It's really unfortunate to see that the Conservative Party of Canada has once again aligned itself with the web giants and U.S. billionaires rather than defending democracy.